This is a social media platform that helps to combine all of your different social medias into one platform. Now, you're not going to be posting directly from every one of those other platforms. This is its own entity. Okay? It's like a Facebook or a Twitter or anything else. But it allows you to do is upload information about you. It allows you to get more exposure while also offering chances for people to get on your Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google+, Instagram, Flickr, Tumblr, basically every social media network that's out there. It's just another way to get additional exposure while integrating all of your other social media into one place. About.me. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn how to create an account, obviously. That's the starting point. But what we're going to be doing is looking at the basic setup, the basic feature, okay, which allows you to create your own profile. It allows you to create your own backstory. You can include your hobbies, your activities, things of that nature where you work, your education, and of course you can also add in all of your different social media networks. So the way that this works, it's similar to LinkedIn, except for it's not necessarily only a professional networking site. It's just for anybody to network with anyone if they want to. Okay, you can add this to your signature. You can put this into your Twitter bio. You can create a backstory. You can create a backsplash of just one picture or tiled pictures. It just depends on how you want to look online. So that's how they advertise this. It's supposed to be a way that you can control your profile 100% online. Let's go ahead and begin building an account. Again, it doesn't cost any money. However you want to begin creating your profile, obviously, is up to you. For now, when you're actually creating it, your email address is going to be your username. So you have to create it with one specific email address. Yep, there you are. You're on the same page. All right. So yeah, it's about.me, not aboutme.com. It's about.me. So they're using the .me rather than .com. So it really doesn't matter which email address you use to create an account. It's basically whichever one you probably use the most or the one that you have with all of your different social media platforms. Again, that's completely up to you. Now what we do, like anything else, we're going to create a password. Now, it's up to you how you like to do passwords. I keep all of my passwords the same, even though people say not to. It's just easier to remember. Okay, if you want to write it down, or if you have a standard password that you use for all of your different accounts, it really depends on what you want to create as a password. Again, it's also going to create a username. Now, it's going to auto-fill this username typically based on your email address. So if you want to change everything after the dots or the .me slash, you can change that information to see if that is available. Okay, because it might not be available. If there's somebody out there with a similar name, they might have already captured that username as their username before you had. Yeah, they might have done that because somebody with a similar name might have had that same username. So go in there and see if you can change it, and if it says that that username is no longer available, that means that whomever got to that username first has that as a username. So that's just what they suggest. But if you want to change it to something else, you can go in and try to change it to something else and see if that is available. If it's not, then you'll just have to try something else. It's just like going to GoDaddy and trying to buy a specific domain name and then finding out that that domain name's already taken. Because you can't have two users with the same domain name. Just like right here, you can't have two people with the same username. It has to be unique to a person. Okay, so once you've chosen your username, again, you don't even have to change it if you don't want to. But if you do want to change it, if you do want to get rid of the underline, you can use something else and then click on sign up. And that will mean that you officially have an account. Can't remember all their passwords if they use different ones. So what we're looking at now is make it easy for people to learn about you and what you share. So again, this is all about additional exposure. Most of the thing that I've ever taught anybody in these classes are how to generate more exposure. Since everything is online, since so many people search and so many people network through these social media platforms, it's important for all of us to at least be a member. That way, if we ever want to share anything online, or if we want to connect with somebody online, it's very easy to do this through these social media platforms. Okay, and this is obviously one of the newer ones that not a whole lot of people are on, but it's easy to find people on here, and we are going to be looking at how you can compliment other people. Has anybody ever used LinkedIn and you've endorsed somebody and they've endorsed you? Yes. It's the same thing here. You can send a compliment to somebody if you like their page, and they can compliment you. And you can even reply to that comment and say, thanks for complimenting. Would you like to visit my Facebook page or my Instagram page? So it's just a way that you can network with more and more people. But it's not exclusive to just professional connecting and networking. It's something that allows you to connect personally and professionally. Okay, so it kind of combines all the elements of the social media networks that we use every day, and you can also build on your social media networks, and that's something that we're going to be looking at today. So you can add your Facebook page, your Instagram page. Yeah. You can add your LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever you want to use if you're using those. It's just additional ways for you to get exposure for those social media platforms as well. Okay, so that's why this can be helpful, because it can not only expose you and your business, but also your other social media platforms where you are already posting information about your property, yourself, and your market area. So that's why About.me is important. Customize your page. It's easy and fun to design. I don't know if it's fun, but it is easy. So if we click on Next, Connect and Share, okay, this is our little tutorial. Kind of shows you how it works. They want to make sure that you understand fully that using this platform is going to gain exposure. Connect services and send people your page. So if you have a WordPress blog or website, you can connect with WordPress. We can add this into our email signature, which we are going to be looking at. It's also a way that you can build your own business card. You can add it to your Twitter bio, and you can build in your resume. Again, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to build a bio and build what's called a backstory, allowing you to add a little bit more information about who you are and what it is that you do and how you can help other people and why it's important for them to network with you. All right, so some of the benefits that they want you to know: showcase a 360-degree view of who you are. It sounds kind of silly, but it is a good way, again, to get as much exposure as possible, and that is what this can help you do. So that's what they mean by finding new opportunities, new people to network with and hopefully become either an opportunity, a lead, or even a client. This is for connecting with people you know, people you've worked with, past clients, new leads, people that you have in your databases. This is who you want to connect with on all social media. So here's some of the stuff that we can do to build our profile, okay? Click and drag your bio box anywhere that you want it. So basically what that means is this box right here, you can position this wherever you want it to be shown on your About.me homepage. Now this is ancillary, but the reason it's important is because if you have a specific photo in your background, I'm going to show you how to change that, but if you have a specific photo and you don't want this blocking certain areas of it, or if there's a main feature that you want to expose, then you're able to put your bio box anywhere you want on this home page. That way you can showcase something specific in that photo itself. Okay, so I put my picture right there in the dead space of that picture so people can see the castle below, and of course people can see that that mountain face right there. You see how I put the cursor on here? I click on it, okay, left click, hold, and move. You have to have that multi-directional arrow right here. You see that, the cursor? Click and hold. Don't click and let go, click and hold. So if you're on a mouse pad and not a mouse, if I hold down my left mouse button and then with my other finger, I move it around. Okay, see how I'm doing that? Mouse button, and then with your other finger on the mouse pad, scroll it around wherever you want it. Good thing that we have 10 fingers, put them to good use. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit next. Okay, what they're going to tell us next, you can drag your background images. So what they mean is, this is what we were talking about. So if you want to change, or it's almost a way of editing this photo, if you just want to show certain area of this photo and not everything, then you can move and position your background picture by using the same motion as changing this bio box. Left mouse button, hold, and then move around. Okay, that way you can set this photo however you want. So now what we're going to do is how to edit the page. In your settings, where your name is, there's a drop down. So if you click on edit page, this is where you can edit your bio, you can change font, you can add apps, you can add links, which is domain names, contact information. Now they're giving you several chances or several different ways to upload a photo. You can upload directly from your computer, upload from your Instagram account, Facebook account, or a saved photo somewhere here in your archives. So it just depends on where you want to pull that photo from. Now obviously probably the most simple way to do this is directly from your computer. Okay, most agents that I work with do have a photo on their computer that they're able to pull up. I can then click on upload from my computer right here in the middle, or I can drag a photo here, drag and drop. Okay, but I'm going to click on upload from my computer, and what I'm going to do is come over here to where I store my photos, and I'm going to choose, because you're creating a background picture. Okay, so there we go. So there's my background photo. Typically when you're taking these larger photos, it's going to take up the entire background, because that's what this is. It's a background photo. You get to control what you're showing back here. Okay, biography. So now this is your chance to create something about yourself. Now again, this doesn't have to be just business or just personal. It can be a combination of personal information and business information. Obviously for your headline, you could put in real estate agent and mother of 3 or something like that, or father of 2, whatever you want to do. Your office, it can be where you work, okay? So that's what this information is here for, and you can even embed a link. So you can bold, italicize, underline, you can put in bullet points, and right here, you can also add a link. So if you want to embed a URL into text, you're going to be able to do that. Unfortunately, there's no HTML ability right here, but at least they do provide URL capability. This edit page feature will always be available for you to go in and change information as that information needs to be changed. Your tags, these are how people can find you, your interests. So by putting these tags in, people that have the similar interests can connect with you. Now, if you don't want people to be able to find you that way, you can turn off display my tag, and then that way people won't be able to search for you by certain hobbies or interests. So if I type in just Remax and nothing's there, so you see how it's pink? If I just backspace and hit tab, I'm done. You don't have to put anything in there if you don't want to. If you just want to put in Remax, you can just type in Remax. If it's pink, that means that it doesn't have that company or organization. Yeah, if you ever want to change anything, see how all these tags have an X? If you want to remove this information or change it, you can just hit X. So these tags are helpful. They almost work like meta tags. If anybody's been to any of my other classes where we've talked about meta tags extensively, they're just tags or words used so that your information can be found on a specific platform. Remax real estate or estate properties or Los Angeles County. Those are specific meta tags that can help my website be found online in a Google search. If somebody types in homes for sale, that means my website would pop up. Now, where in that search is a different story depending on how conducive my website is. This is the same thing. If somebody goes into Discover, which is basically About.me's search engine, and they type in watching football, since I have watching football in my tags, my profile would come up in that search so somebody could compliment me or connect with me if they wanted to. This isn't like Google. This is its own platform. So if you want to change this to, say, Palos Verdes, there you go. So if you work in multiple cities, and it even looks like they're going to allow you to put in different elements for your work, so that way if somebody searches for real estate, so if we just type in real estate, that one works. Real estate agent works. Real estate professional works. Okay, so if they simply don't have that specific category in there, yeah, there's a drop down. Because these are all just tags, remember that. If there's something specific that you want to write, you can put that in your biography. These here, location, work, education, interests, these are just tags that you can fill out so that way people can connect with you through About.me using these specific tags. Goes into your profile. Bio photo. This is your photo that you can use that goes into your little bio space, your little bio box. This is where you can put in your own image. There we go. So this picture is different than the picture in your background, because this is just going to go in your little bio area right here, okay, where it talks about yourself, okay, where it talks about where you are, where you work, where you went to school, and your tags of your interest. Yeah, they're tags. That's what all these are. That's why you see everything with the X next to it, they're tags. So people can find you using this specific information. So once you fill that information out, and again, this can be changed at any time. Okay, it's part of your profile. None of this is set in stone. Again, I just want to reiterate that nothing that we do here can't be undone. Now, colors. You can change your elements for your background. If you want to change the color of your background, if you want to change the pattern, okay, you have your color and patterns right here. It's very similar to Site Builder, where you can change the background to either a photo or a color and a pattern. Okay, I've elected to continue using my picture here of the sunset over in PV. You can also do the same thing with your bio box. Remember, this is your bio box. Different than your background. Okay, even though it's kind of translucent, you can change the color, and you can even change some of this information right here. So my name, if I don't want it to be that blue color, I can change it to black, headline, black, bio text, same thing. That is much easier to read. So you have this bar right here. So this bar will determine how deep of a shade of that color. So you can have it completely black, or you can minimize it to 50-50. Just depends on how easy you want this information to be read. Bio text, they're referring to your name and your headline. And the bio text is right here. Okay, but if you want to change the color of your links, click on your links and keep all my text completely black if I want to. But again, that's completely up to you. It just really depends on how you want your information to appear. Because if I wasn't happy because these palm trees are in the way, I can move my bio box right here in the middle. And again, now I can read all of my information. Whereas over here, if I move it, the palm trees are in the way. So that's why they give you the option to float this information down from one area of the screen to the other. That way, if one of the background selections that you've chosen conflicts with any of your information that you have written, then you can move this around to make it work and make it appear the way you want it to look. Okay? But again, Should be different for everybody. Okay, I imagine everybody's using different information from one degree to another. I'm going to go back to my edit page. You can adjust the font for your name, your headline, your bio, and your links. Again, your links are all this information right here. Los Angeles, Palos Verdes Estates, Torrance, Remax Real Estate, Indiana University, okay? All these things right here. In one page they call them tags, and the other page they call them links. So just know that on your home page right here, tags and links are one and the same. Okay? So you are able to manipulate the font if you're not happy with the preset font that they've given you. So I can change from this entire list of different fonts. And of course over here, we have font size. So it just depends on the font that you choose to use for the information that you're adding to your About.me homepage. And of course, if you want to adjust the font size, you have your slide bars here to help you adjust that information. And again, you're able to even mix and match the different fonts because here are your links, biography, headline, and your name. Okay? So it's pretty easy for you to go in there at any time and change this information to something different. Okay? All you have to do is go to Edit Page and click on Fonts.